your biggest competition a lot of times is the guys on your team. All right, it's like Formula One. You guys are a team, but the dude riding in the car next to you is usually the guy you're compared to the most.
It's great analogy, by the way.
That is something that is not taken into account a lot of times when, even though it's a team sport, brother, it's either you or me getting the call from coach to go in the game. All right. If you don't think when I get my name called, the other guy says like, man, I want to get those minutes one day. He does. All right. Now, when I was at the last couple years of my career, where I was really just a vet playing, sparingly minutes whenever the coach called me up to get into the game. At that point, I was able to have my guard down. Kind of alluded to what LeBron was saying. Once Kobe retired, he's able to be like, all right, let me just enjoy the game and be cool with everybody. That's kind of where I was at towards the end, other than my brawl with the Magic. Other than that moment, every other game, I came into the game with a very light energy and attitude. And I made probably the most friends in my career the last 2 or 3 years of me playing.
Yeah, I noticed that. And what you're describing, your teammates being maybe sometimes your biggest competition, is why we talk about the Cavs and Celtics. Everyone being locked up under contract is why they're able to not compete with each other and just play free basketball, right?
For sure.
Because the Cavs, everyone talks about, well, they have a new coach. What's different about this year? Evan Mobley, his ascent, he did get a lot better this year. But a lot of it has to do with the fact that I think they all just got paid to know their exact role.
Security is a hell of a thing.
Yeah.
When you don't have a contract here for another 2-3 years, you can now just go in the season and be like, all right, we all got paid. Let's go win some games.
Yeah.
And you can see that really coming together for them. In addition to a lot of their guys having breakout years, whether that's Mobley or whether that's
Ty Jerome.
Ty Jerome, right, who had that hilarious back and forth between Paolo Banchero.
Yeah.
I love that he stood on business. Obviously, Paolo Banchero's 5 times the player Ty Jerome is. But Ty Jerome's a pro. You don't back down for nobody. And to allude to his comment, he ain't lying.
Well, Corey Joseph's starting for the Magic right now. So.
If Ty Jerome played for the Magic, motherfucker's starting.
Yeah.
Day one. Right now.
So you're in on Ty Jerome being a starting point guard down the road.
Oh, no. I didn't say all that. I'm saying for certain teams he could definitely start and help. If you're kidding yourself if you don't think Ty Jerome could come to the Magic and be a starting point guard and help them win more games. You're drunk.
Yeah.
He could definitely do that. He is a solid point guard. Starting, it's tough because when he goes against games like John Morant, De'Aaron Fox, again, these are the tier 3 guys I had. Okay, we're not even talking about the Steph Currys and the Shays and the Lucas.
Well, no one can guard those.
I know
guys.
that, but Ty Jerome guarding would be crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he's a starting point guard. I think he's a very valid backup and a guy that when your starter's down can come in and handle the show.
I'm excited to see him in the playoffs this year and see if he can
put it in perspective. He reminds me of a Tyus Jones at a certain point. That's what I see in Ty Jerome. Now that Tyus Jones is a point guard, is he a starting point guard?
God, we loved him though when he was the backup on the Grizzlies.
That's my point. That's my
point. They didn't miss
point.
a beat when Ja was out.
That's my point. Yeah. That's my point. He's able to dominate. That's no slight to Tyus. Tyus, I love Tyus. Everyone knows that's my guy. Great player, great individual as a human being. Him as a starting point guard is tough. Capable? Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying on a nightly basis, he's usually going against a point guard that's probably better than him. Him as a backup, one of the best in the league. Ty Jerome as a backup, one of the best in the league. If he's playing for the Magic and they had Trae Young as a starting point guard, Trae Young's out, insert Ty Jerome in for a game. It'd run like a clean work.
Right.
Now you got him for 82 as your starting point guard, it starts to get a little different. So I don't think he's a starting point guard, but I think he's one of the better backups and a guy that you put on a really good team. And when your starting point guard's out, you got a guy that you can just put right in there and he can hold the ship down for the time being, like Tyus did when John Morant was out and they won 18 in a row. That's a Ty Jerome feel for me.
Yeah.
So to his comments, there is some truth to it for sure.
We got to get into the NCAA tournament now. We haven't talked about it too much on this pod. That first round.
Can we say one thing though?
Yeah, go ahead.
It was shocking that he went at Wendy like that, LeBron. And this is why I'll say
People had mixed feelings about that for sure.
Because Wendy's only ever loved him. That's why. And even if it's funny that he doesn't know him like that, Wendy's always had this guy's back.
Yeah.
Like always. And he was like a Cavs reporter for a long time there to where he knew everything that was going on there. So let's not act like he didn't have the inside LeBron. All right.
Yeah.
Was he your best friend? No, none of the guys in the media are your best friend. So that's why the comment just felt like, why you put Wendy down?
Yeah.
He never said nothing about you. Because he said that you signed a Nike deal because of Michael? Okay, LeBron. Let's not act like there wasn't a little influence there.
Yeah.
The Air Jordan thing, what he's able to carve out there at Nike, getting his own branch. You didn't see that for yourself possibly one day? Like, it's not like Wendy was far off. It's not like he said something personal about your life to where, like, you don't know me. Brother, you said that you signed a Nike deal because you were influenced by Michael. That's not the craziest thing to say.
Yeah.
Was it 100% true? Apparently not, because that's what you said. But, like, you wore 23 because of him. So why would he not think that you might want to sign a Nike deal because of LeBron or Michael? When you go to the Nike headquarters, the fucker's plastered everywhere. There's a Jumpman logo on every door.
It was just interesting that on Pat's show, he was talking about other ESPN colleagues. And
it was crazy. Pat's just like, he was like, whoa, Wendy, we love Wendy. It's like, who, honestly, who doesn't like Brian Windhorst? He's like the nicest guy in the world. He just reports the news and goes about his business.
He's definitely good at his job. I want to know really quick, and then we'll get into the college basketball stuff. So when you were wearing Under Armour in high school, what made you go to Adidas then? So what went into your decision?
The same thing LeBron said with his.
Off the court stuff?
Yeah, off the court stuff and money.
Yeah.
That was it. Adidas paid me more than anybody else. And I liked Adidas's, at that time, Adidas is nowhere where they are now. They didn't have any of this. The only thing we had then was shell toes.
When I came,
that's all we had is off the court. So off the court wasn't even a thing. It wasn't until year 2 or 3 when they started doing these collabs. They did one with like Big Sean, and then they did one with like 2 Chainz, and then they started the growth of it. And then they got
Y3 stuff.
Then they got Y3 involved, and they got Stella McCartney involved. And then next thing you know, Yeezy came, and then now like the company is where it's at now, where they don't even need Kanye. It's just like we got all this stuff. We got Bad Bunny collabs, and the Sambas, and Rich and Sporty and Rich, and Ronnie Feig, and Wales Bonner. It just keeps going. Now Adidas, I think off the court, has more motion than even Nike, respectfully. And our gear, it's not close. We got way better collabs than Nike does. I wear Y3 all the time. There's not a branch in Nike that can compete with Y3 in terms of outerwear. Not even close. Does Nike have a brand that has leisure wear that's better than Y3 or Fear God? We got both. Adidas is better than Nike in every facet other than the basketball performance sneaker, which we're cutting in on that too. Donovan Mitchell sneakers, fantastic. By the way, who won sneaker of the year? Oh, that was an Adidas guy, Anthony Edwards. This isn't me being biased.
Oh, this is a beautiful campaigning for Adidas.
I'm not even campaigning. I'm reading off a sheet what's happening. We do have Fear God. We do have Y3. Right. Nike does not have anything in that realm. They don't have any fashion stuff like that that's on our level consistently. They didn't have sneaker of the year last year. We did. What are you talking about? We have everything right now. Adidas is running the show. Nike is a competitor, and they are the standard because they have a lot. It's Nike, but we're not the little brother anymore.
Right.